Now to the subject of the day, or the evening actually. The moment I laid my eyes on the paintings of Morgan Sheardown, I was mesmerized by their movement and their brilliant color and translucent layers. When I learned that the floating creatures were raining cows, I broke into a big smile, and I knew immediately that I wanted to celebrate this fantastic artist and his work with a solo exhibition. I was extra pleased to discover that Morgan is a remarkably accomplished artist for his age, as his paintings have graced countless exhibitions and captured the attention of respected publications like the Toronto Star, the National Post, and the Globe and Mail. He has also collaborated with and showcased with esteemed companies such as TELUS, Samsung, and Steam Whistle, as we can see here today. I was super impressed by Morgan's striking fashion collection as he confidently graced the runway during a presentation of his designs at Toronto Fashion Week. Not only is he helping our charity tonight, but he has generously contributed to other significant organizations like Baycrest Hospital, the TELUS Brain Project, and the Stop Gap Foundation. And as if that artistic journey wasn't already enough, he skillfully wrote a powerful screenplay that delves into the struggles of a young man battling with schizophrenia, which made the semifinals of Scriptpalooza, Hollywood's #1 screenwriting competition. Amazing. I truly believe that Mr. Raining Cows is a creative visionary and a Toronto treasure. But what are raining cows? Well, I suggest we hear from the man himself. I'm pleased to introduce Morgan Sheardown.
You want to know about raining cows? Fine. Look at these paintings. You see color, twisted rainbows, storms, whatever you want to call it. It looks nice, maybe even beautiful to some of you. But to me, it's pain, it's loss. Each brushstroke is a scar, each layer of memory I can't bury. You think life's all sunshine and rainbows? You're wrong. Life's a damn storm, and sometimes it'll throw more at you than you can handle. My brother, my best friend James, he didn't make it through his storm. He was murdered. That's why I paint. That's why these paintings exist. It's why I pour everything, my soul, into all of these paintings. It's not just twists and colors and drops. It's me fighting back. Trying to make sense of a world that doesn't make sense. I don't paint because I want to. I paint because I have to. If I didn't, I'd be drowning in it all. Now, after what happened to James, I was completely broken. I couldn't leave my place for a long time. I was a prisoner in my own home. Suffering with depression is a horrible, horrible thing. And I just felt like a caged animal. And after a long, long time of just being a prisoner in my own bed, I remember one day, after just saying I can't take this anymore, I stared up at the sky and I said, please, please, someone give me a sign. Can someone please help me? And I'm not religious. I don't know if I was talking to James or an angel. What I do know is 2 weeks later, and I couldn't even get out of bed, I heard a little whisper. And that whisper was telling me to go to the art store and pick up a couple paintings, a couple canvases. And I thought nothing of it at the time. I was like, what are you talking about? You're depressed, your best friend and brother just died. You're gonna paint? You're gonna be creative? You lost all that, Morgan. You're not the same person you used to be. You have this big black hole in you now. But I heard it again. I heard it again. So I went to the art store and I picked up one of those cheap double packs of canvases, and I brought it home. And I took one out, I got a pencil, and I stared at it for like 20 minutes and nothing. And I just couldn't do it. I put it away, I put it back into my dresser, wherever I had it. And 2 weeks passed. And I went back in the prison of my home where I was, I felt like. And I heard it again. Pick up those canvases. Do it. I couldn't get out of my mind. So I did. I picked one up. I stared at it again. Nothing. And then I brought it outside. And I remember it was raining outside. And I was so frustrated that I couldn't paint anything, draw anything. My creativity was all completely broken. I was broken. And I just started throwing and smashing some paint on this one canvas. And these beautiful creatures appeared. These things, this darkness that I had in me for so long, I finally saw a little bit of light. Not a lot, but enough. And right after that, something just set a spark in me. And I just started painting these floating creatures. I started painting the rain. I started painting the storm. I started painting the sky and the clouds. I couldn't stop. I was completely obsessed. 3 months, I locked myself in my place. I didn't leave. There was paintings everywhere. There were paintings in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the kitchen. It looked like a crazy place. And during that time, I have a lot of really good close friends that always checked up on me, and had some friends come by and they did what they normally do. They knew I was in a rough state, and they checked up on me, and they came over and they saw my place, and it looked nuts. Had paintings, these raining cows, all over my place. For me, because they made me feel so happy. They made me feel so good. I could not stop. And they told me, you gotta do something like this. This is really special. You gotta put this out to the world. And I said, no, I'm doing this for myself. But I said, no, you really have to show this with the rest of the world. So after doing more paintings and more paintings, I finally did my first show. I remember it was at Kensington Market. It was a one-day show. It was in a tent. And it was pouring rain the entire day. Hardly anyone came by. But for the couple people that did come by, I saw their mouths just drop. I saw the effect it had on people, the happiness it brought out in people, and that same feeling that I was getting, the feeling like when you listen to music and it gives you that feeling in your stomach of happiness. I was feeling that, they were feeling that. So I knew I had something, and I couldn't stop, and I couldn't let people down. And I just kept on going. And this drive just kept on. And I kept on painting, doing a few shows, more shows, until I was just obsessed, completely obsessed. I'd paint every single day. I would first start off in my place where I lived. I would paint. Finally, I went to a studio, and I guess, ladies and gentlemen, the world, everyone goes through a lot of horrible things in life. And the big thing is just never to give up. You know, the world is there's a lot of spiritual stuff I believe in. I've never been spiritual before this, but the world will give you, the universe will give you a sign. They will give you the sign. That was my sign. And that was about a decade ago. That was my sign to do something. And it transformed into this. And I took something and I went with it. But the thing is you have to do something with it. They're not gonna actually, the universe isn't gonna do anything for you. They're just gonna give you a little look, a little peek. It's up to you to do something about it. Hope is the most powerful emotion a person can have. And combine that with determination, there is no stopping you. I want to thank everyone else for coming out tonight. Yeah. I want to thank my DJs, Lex One, DJ Stutter, my sponsors, Steam Whistle, Chris. Thank you so much for taking all the pictures, photographer. Preston, thank you so much, videographer. And all my other sponsors, Classic Resin. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming. I'm happy. All my work makes you feel so happy. Love y'all. This is for James. I miss you.